Find the difference in return if an investment of 20k is made for 5 years with 12% per annum interest, simple interest rate, and 10% interest rate compounded quarterly. So there are two scenarios. Initial amount of, that is principal amount, 20k, that is 20,000, is invested for 5 years. So 5 years is the period. Two scenario. One scenario is 12% per annum simple interest. So simple interest 12% per annum. Another second scenario is 10% interest rate compounded quarterly. 10% compound interest rate quarterly. So these are the important informations. So now we need to find the difference in return for these two scenarios. Let us calculate these two scenarios individually first. Principal amount is 20,000. For simple interest rate case, interest rate is 12% simple, and the time period T is 5 years. So we know the final amount P prime equals initial amount time 1 plus RT by 100. For simple interest case, this is the formula to calculate final amount. So final amount, that is the final return. Initial amount is 20,000. 20,000 times 1 plus R is 12 times is 5 years divided by 100. So if we calculate this one, we will get 5 times 12 is 60. 60 division 100 is 0.6. So 1.6. 1 plus 0.6 means 1.6. So 20,000 times 1.6. So if we calculate this, 20 times 1.6 will give 32, and this 30. So 32,000. So the final return in simple interest will be 32,000. Let us calculate the compound interest scenario. Here interest rate is 10% and compound quarterly. So we need to first find the quarterly interest rate. R equals 10 division 4, that is 2.5%, and number of quarters in 5 years, that is our period. Quarter is one period, so in 5 years there are 5 times 4, that is 20 quarters. So now if we use the compound interest formula, final amount, let us put double quote, equals initial amount 1 plus R division, that is interest division 100 to the power T. This is the formula to calculate compound interest. So the final amount will be 20,000 times 1 plus R is quarterly interest rate is 2.5. 2.5 division 100 to the power 20. So now, so 20,000, 0.2500 means 0.025, so we will get 1.025 to the power 20. Let us use the calculator. 1.025 to the power 20 equals this times 20,000 times 20,000 will be 32,772.33. 32,772.33. 32,772.33 $. So in simple interest case, we are getting this much return. For complex compound interest thing, we are getting this much return. So the question was, find the difference in return. So compound interest giving more return, so the difference in return, will be this one minus this one. 32,77233 minus 32,000. So we'll get this much. So $772.33. This will be the difference in return between these two scenario, where compound interest scenario will give more return, although its interest rate is lower.